Double Acts by John Finnemore. This week, Stephanie Cole as Victoria and Kerry Godliman as Mabel in The Queen's Speech. This is a cylinder of wax, covered with faint jagged marks. It is in a Ziploc bag inside a cardboard box at the back of a shelf in the overflow storage facility at the Museum of Science in Hobart. It's an early recording, but there's no way of playing it or telling what's on it. Which is a shame, because as it happens, it's the only recording in existence of the voice of Queen Victoria. And if you could play it, this is what you would hear.
Tiger. Because the tube stinks, Mrs. Nesbit.
Oh, that was... and shorter than I was hoping. Tell you what, to fill in the time, this is the blue withdrawing room of Osborne House, Queen Victoria's residence on the Isle of Wight in 1886. At the doors, 3 ladies in waiting waiting, and at the centre table sits Her Majesty the Queen, going through the afternoon's business with her private secretary.
Listen to this, Sir Samuel. The Prime Minister cannot entirely reproach himself with having failed to caution your Majesty as to the likely repercussions. Or in so many words, Mr. Gladstone says told you so. Well, we shall make answer. Meanwhile, this by cipher to Lord Rosebery concerning the Greek question, this to the Guild of Mercers, decline, this to the Master of Balliol, decline, this to the King of Norway, accept, but he must come here, and this to the city of Winnipeg. Where is Winnipeg? Winnipeg. Oh, heavens, decline. Aha! 3 of the clock, time for our treat. Ladies, you may join us. Today, if I mistake not, we are to have a conjuror. Oh, pray do not give me your doleful looks, Sir Samuel. I am aware our time is scarce, but no doubt the conjuror can produce all his doves within 10 minutes, and if he cannot, why then he must produce as many as he can and leave the rest in his hat. Ring for him. Oh, who are you?
Your Majesty.
You're not a conjurer.
Your Majesty.
Or are you? Are there lady conjurers?
Your Majesty.
There ought not to be, I think. There is mystery innate in woman, but it is surely ill spent in the production of flags of all nations.
Your Majesty.
What?
I am not a conjurer.
No?
No, ma'am. Leastways not in the professional line.
Oh, Bessie, hand me my daybook.
Though I do a bit in the amateur way, as it happens, coins from kiddies' ears and so on, but not what you might call an actual...
Aha! Silence, madam.
Oh, right you are.
We have penetrated the mystery. This is the wrong day.
The wrong day?
Yes. We find we commanded Mr. Maskelyne to appear on Thursday.
But this is Wednesday.
Precisely. The day is wrong.
The day is wrong.
Indeed. That being so, it follows that so far from being a conjurer, you are, in fact, Mr. Alfred Nesbit of Acton.
Am I now?
Oh, confound this book.
His wife, ma'am. Mrs. Mabel Nesbit of Acton. Also, naturally.
Ah, his wife. Yes. And where is he?
Alas, ma'am, poor Alfred's took sick and mayn't leave his bed, but...
Took sick? That's bad. Very bad.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Is it contagious? Have you brought it in?
Oh, no, ma'am. It's not contagious.
Are you sure? Quite sure?
Tolerable sure, ma'am, yes. There ain't much to be said for being kicked by a horse, but I never heard of it catching.
Ah, good. Our best wishes to your husband.
Much obliged. But not to worry, ma'am. You'll find I can work the machine quite as well as he.
The machine? What machine?
The machine has brung me here, ma'am. Well, I brung it, but first it brung me, if you follow.
We do not follow.
I mean, ma'am, the very thing you asked Mr. Nesbit up here to show you. The new wonder of the age. Nesbit's speaking machine.
Oh, like the telephone.
No, ma'am, not the least bit like.
Mrs. Nesbit, we are not used to being directly contradicted.
Oh, ain't you?
No.
Well, then, not exactly.
Better?
Not exactly at all. Mr. Bell's telephone merely sends the voice across distance. My husband's machine actually sets down the speakings in wax to be reproduced again in the very tones and voices it was spoke.
And we commanded your husband to demonstrate it, did we?
You did, ma'am.
Why ever should I have done so? Where even would I have learned of it?
Your Majesty might have seen it wrote up in the Illustrated London News.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?